what effort the EC has done so far.
Yeah, I agree with you. There are a lot of demands from many groups.
Yeah, we have from the oppositions, from the
Political
NGOs,
parties,
from the people.
NGOs, from individuals and so on. But as far as EC is concerned, we really appreciate very much what the government has done on the setting up of Parliamentary Select Committee to review the process of election in Malaysia. I think that step was really a big step to improve the situation. And I think that's the most productive, because all the NGOs, all the political parties, all the individuals, they are free to come forward to suggest, to propose anything to improve our system of election in Malaysia, or to improve our process of election in Malaysia. Nobody stopped them. They can come anytime in the form of papers, in the form of what do you call it, through computers, in the form of come on their own to put forward their views and proposal. So from that suggestion, proposal, and they have given 6 months to do that. And then in that committee, represented by all parties, our lawmakers from government and also at the same time from opposition. 5 from Barisan Nasional and 4 from
the opposition.
Yes. Plus 1 independent.
Yep.
And they have been round all over Malaysia and at the same time in UK, London, Germany, and one more, even overseas, to see how the other countries having their own election systems.
Yep.
So out of that 6-month time frame given to the Parliamentary Select Committee, there are 32 proposals accepted by the committee and forwarded to EC.
And EC will do it like one by one before the next general election?
Well, 32 of them, the total, 10 from the what we call it interim report, initial report. Out of that 10, 7 will be implemented for the next election. 7 will be implemented.
Okay.
Among others is usage of indelible ink. Remember, about a year ago,
Yeah, you tried
everybody
it yourself. Yes.
talk about indelible ink. EC was suggested different approach, biometric, but
They don't want
almost everybody object. And well, after considering all the views from everybody, and it seemed mostly they like indelible ink.
Okay.
So we will
Use indelible
indelible
ink.
ink
All right.
in the next 13th general election. And secondly, the major one, they don't like to see these postal voters. Postal voters seem not transparent, a lot of manipulation. Yeah. So therefore, we transform postal voters. We introduce another system now. We call it advanced voters, early voters, or in Malay we call it undi awal.
Can vote a few days before the
Few days before the ordinary polling day.
Yes.
This for whom? This for our police
Officers,
police,
media.
not media,
No.
our police, police and police,
Army, force.
army and spouses, and PGA, Police Gerakan Am. I do not know what is in English.
Okay.
Police Gerakan Am is just like army and the spouses. All these 3 group of people total just about 100 something, 100,000 something. They are under the law, under the regulation, by default, under the law. All of them must use advance voters in the next election.
Okay.
Majority of them, I think, will opt to the advance voter. But we cannot delete 100% these postal voters. Very small number of them, could be 20% the most. They have to serve at the border of our country.
Okay, so they can't
leave
the
the
position.
Working place. Yeah? They have to work in the island. They have to work in the certain places that they cannot leave the place.
So
So
they have
for
to
this
use
group,
postal vote.
they can apply to the returning officer to change their status from advance voters to postal voters.
Okay.
Yeah. So meaning they are entitled to apply. Whether approved or not approved, that's up to returning officer. Yeah.
Okay.
So from EC point of view, we have transformed postal voters for these policemen and also for the army officers and staff. Yeah. From postal voters to become advance voters.
Okay.
But still 20% of them could be
Postal
entitled to be postal voters.
All right.
Meaning two major one. Yeah. So that the big one out of 10 proposal, 7 we adopt. Yeah. And at the same time, we also received the final report from Parliamentary Select Committee. This final report consists of 22 shore. 22 show me 22 recommendation.
Okay.
Out of this recommendation, 7 I would say can be implemented in short period.
All right.
Jangka masa pendek. 9 medium lah,
Okay.
sederhana lah. 3 jangka panjang lah, long term. And 3 difficult to be implemented.
What
I would
are
say-
the 3 which are difficult to be implemented?
3, yeah. What we call it pengundi luar kawasan, voters from outside of the constituency. Example, so a lot of Sabahan and Sarawakian, they are now working in Peninsular Malaysia, in Selangor, in Johor, in Perak, but they never change their address and they never change their polling center. The committee proposed, why not these people, they vote in Peninsular Malaysia, either in Selangor, in Johor, in Perak, but their vote are counted in Sabah or Sarawak.
Okay.
Well, EC think that's not proper, because so many other Malaysians also staying in Sabah and Sarawak. So many people from Perak, so many people from Perlis, so many people from Pahang, working in Sabah, working in Sarawak.
But they flew back to vote.
Well, they can ask if you give special to Sabahan and Sarawakian in Peninsular Malaysia. How about us?
Okay.
We from Peninsula, we would like to vote here in Sabah and Sarawak, and our votes counted in Peninsula. And same people will apply the same principle. I live in Perlis, but my polling district in Johor.
Okay, understand that. Okay, that couldn't be
So
done.
meaning unfair.
Okay.
You decide for one group, but you will leave the others.
All right.
So we think that is not.
The second.
Then they would like to suggest also, why not we use address other than address where you live?
For example,
Meaning,
if I
if
live in
you-
SS2 but I'm working in Johor, then
you
can I
want to
vote in
use
Johor?
address in Johor, or you want to use address in what or your office, one or your offices. I think that's very difficult for EC to monitor and enforce.
Okay,
At the moment, we use address stated in the
I see.
IC.
Yes, all right.
That's example.
Understand.
And then another, they suggest they would like to object not only from the quarterly registration, but they would like to object also whatever registered voters in the gazetted roll, in the approved roll.
Okay.
I think if we allow that, it will be very difficult for EC to organize election. Because one after another, there will be objection. Objection, address not up to date. Objection, name is not up to date. Objection this, objection that, and so on and so on and so on.